Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for the end of January right through the end of February 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. Also, I'm bringing back a competition to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on. Let's get straight to your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their love situation? Can you please guide them? Who is coming their way? Can you please highlight what is to come for the future regarding their love situation? What are they meant to be aware of? Wow, look at that energy. That card literally jumped right out of the pack there. We have Whip to start with, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? Now, really interesting, even though we got the Whip as your first card, I'm hearing a song that is very opposite to that energy. I'm hearing I'm in the mood for love, okay? Very famous song. And normally that song kind of goes, I'm in the mood for love whenever you are near me, okay? But I'm only hearing, I'm in the mood for love. So either this is a song that you're going to hear over the next coming weeks or months, and it highlights you're about to meet a person. Listen out for that song. I mean, the Whip actually means you're being very strict with yourself. It means you're clearing house, decluttering body, mind, and soul. It can indicate you actually took yourself out of the dating scene for a while in order to focus on responsibilities. We've got the Tower there as well. Now, the Tower actually means something different in the LENORMAND deck. It can indicate that some of you have been feeling a little bit isolated. You may not have been as social as you'd have liked to have been over the last couple of months or years, but the birds being there indicates that there's more invitations coming towards you and that you are going to be getting yourself out more and connecting to groups of people. So we will tap into that. I mean, the Tower is number 19, which means the sun energy. It means awakening. It means coming out of a repetitive cycle. So it does mean something different in the Lenormand deck, as I mentioned. But your first card there is the Whip, number 11. Now, number 11, of course, is the Justice card. It means balance, harmony. It means that you are making some adjustments in your life in order to break old patterns or cycles of repeat. And what better year to do it than 2025? So this card, it can indicate that you have felt pain when it comes to love. I'm going to get straight to it, okay? There's no holes barred in this reading and this energy. I'm a Scorpio, so I kind of understand that. Some of you may have been in a situation in the past where you were in a high-level commitment and you were let down. You were disappointed, and love has taught you that it can be painful. Love has taught you that there can be anger, there can be punishment, there can be mind games. So some of you, I feel you've withdrawn from love based on your experiences. Now, it could also indicate that some of you have been on your own. You've been very independent. You know, you don't need a relationship, but you want to be in a high-level commitment, but you found yourself focusing on your responsibilities. You've been really like strict with yourself to focus on those responsibilities and get those sorted out first. These could be family related, they could be money related, it could be just life, because life is challenging, right? So it can be that you've just been doing life and you haven't been able to prioritize love or going out there and having fun because life has been a lot. And even when you have gone out there, because The birds in the Lenormand deck represent society or, being frivolous, going out there and having moments of joy. It can indicate that you have tried to be social, but when you get out there, there's really no one there that is offering you that spark, that missing ingredient that you're looking for when it comes to love. So it's almost like the whip represents a repetition. Like, you've been there, you've done that, you've burnt the t-shirt, and you're all good by yourself. And some of you have literally resigned yourself to the fact that you may feel you're never going to meet a person. You may be maturing and feel that actually there's no one out there, or it's really hard to meet someone right now. And you may want different things in a relationship now than you did many years ago, for example. Something's changed within you. And I feel like you may have just been like focusing on your home life or your responsibilities there, and you've taken a bit of a break when it comes to love. I mean, this card, when you look it up, it's number 11, but that can indicate adjustments or trying to create harmony in your life. But it can also mean, the whip literally means keeping love at arm's length. Now, it doesn't mean you don't want love. It just means that right now, it hasn't been that priority for you, that you've been focusing on other things. And I feel a lot of you are being a little bit stricter with yourself this year, promising yourself to get out a little bit more, take more invitations up, get out there, be more spontaneous. This is a very sociable card, flitting about from place to place. So you may be trying to organize more exciting things or things that you want to do that bring you joy. The birds is an energy of restlessness, okay? It can indicate that, you are feeling a little bit stuck in a rut. You may be feeling that it's time for you to get out there and meet new people, or some of you may even be connecting to people online or going on like chat forums, for example. But I feel some of you are actually going to literally come out of your comfort zone and meet someone outside of your usual parameters. Or if you've been connecting to someone online, for example, I feel some of you may even meet someone in the flesh, at an event. And it's a social gathering is what I'm being given. I feel like you've waited a long time for love, but you will be moving forward. Number 12 is hangman energy. So when we're put on pause, that is a period where we empower ourselves, especially when we feel like nothing's happening, everything feels really stagnant. This is where you're given space to learn more about you, about what you want, what you will accept in a relationship. And sometimes as humans, we accept less than we truly deserve and desire. So it's about erecting healthier boundaries there as well. But this card in this position, number 12, indicates, you've been put on hold, or you put your dating life on hold. Some of you may have felt like your world got turned upside down in some way, and you're reflecting on that and sort of like looking at the sacrifices you made in love because you're an overgiver. So you may be learning more about reciprocity and balance, and that you are prioritizing your own needs, but you're removing yourself from a comfort zone and, surrendering to the process. Number 7, it indicates that, you are moving forward. That's Chariot card energy. It means you're looking for a commitment long term. With the birds in the resistance position, it tells me, especially with the whip, you're being strict with yourself. You want a partner for the long term. You don't want just a fling. You're not looking for someone who is a little bit wishy-washy, who's indecisive, doesn't know what they want. For some of you, you've already done that and you're just feeling a little bit bereft, and it may have knocked your confidence. And some of you, if you've not been in a high-level commitment before, it can indicate that, you're certainly not looking for anyone to waste your time. You're looking for something that is stable and true, something that you can build a life with a person with. We've got number 19, which is a sun card energy. So this is really about being seen. The sun is all about getting out there, shining in all your glory. But the tower, it can indicate that there's been some obstacles. There's been some struggles, some blockages. And it can be that sometimes when you meet a person, they're physically very attracted to you, but it gets stalled in some way. So it can be that you're meeting people who are emotionally unavailable or have, commitment issues, shall we say, or trust issues as well, insecurity. And I feel like you, and I've said this before, you are their lighthouse in their storm. And I feel like although you're a beautiful person with a loving heart, you're so supportive, I feel like you're kind of done with being the emotional crutch for people. You want to be loved. You want to have the love story. So I feel a lot of you are kind of like, a very strong, independent person. You stand alone. The tower literally means you stand out from the crowd. You know, these are cards that indicate social energy, crowds of people, but this is like you stand out. There's something about you that makes people turn their head. And a lot of you may also find that people who are already committed in relationships are also attracted to you, and you're so done with that as well. You want someone who is single. You want someone who is ready to make a commitment because you're in it for keeps. Now, of course, this card, it can indicate that you've been doing something a long time and it's repetitive. So whether it is you got comfortable in life, we all do it. I'm not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Scorpio. We all get into a routine in life. It feels secure. It feels like we know where we're at. It feels like we need structure. You know, for example, and this may not be your example, but I'm just giving you an example. We get up in the morning, you know, we get ready for work, some of us, and then we go to work and then we do what we need to do, come home, we're exhausted, we sit on the sofa and we're just exhausted. So we're like, okay, and then we repeat. And then you get into that cycle and you get locked into that. And it feels comfortable because you're earning money, you're paying the bills, you know, you're trying to keep afloat in life. That's just how it is. There's pressure there, don't get me wrong. Life is not always rainbows and unicorns. In fact, it's rarely that. And you're just trying to keep life ticking over as much as possible in a very simplistic way, and really level up in your life as well. But at the same time, when we get stuck in that cycle repeat, it can be really hard to break out of it, especially if your friends are in relationships or if your friendships are evolving. So some of you have been feeling a little bit isolated or feeling a little bit left out when it comes to the dating scene. Even though you removed yourself from it or you haven't been going out as much as you'd have hoped to, I feel 2025 is different. I feel like you're going out there experiencing new things, but this indicates in this particular card, I mean, it really means that you have been resisting love or you've been looking for love occasionally and found that there's no one there who really has that missing ingredient. You're not giving up on it, okay? You know, the tower often means that you're breaking out of a cycle of repeat or a cycle of comfort. When you reach outside of that comfort zone and do something wild and daring and wacky and new, it can indicate suddenly you're thrust into a new group of people or new experiences, and suddenly you're not alone. So, I mean, this energy right now, we've got number 6 at the bottom there. Hope you can see that as well. That's all about balance, but it's also the Lover's card. Okay, so it's like you are going to meet someone where there is love. There is soulmate energy. Number 19, the Sun, you're going to be truly happy. Number 6, Lover's card. You may even have a choice, but let me just pull a quick card on that tower before we move forward. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you. I feel January 2025 and into February, I feel like you got a lot on your plate. I feel like you have this energy of focus on your goals. Yeah, I feel like you want a new adventure. We've got Page of Wands and Knight of Wands. Adventure, being bold, being daring. You know, I'm clarifying this tower there. So this is about, you know, following your passions, being excited for a new adventure. Yes, you have been there, done that, and been in a relationship that perhaps followed a certain pattern. You may be used to people who are insecure being attracted to you, or who avoid their feelings, or try to play mind games, try to make you jealous, for example, because they're not secure within themselves. They've projected. But I feel that you're breaking a cycle. With these cards, it tells me that you're in the middle of breaking a cycle, and now you're wild and free. You're literally rewilding yourself this year. You know, I feel like you're going to be talking to someone new who's very excited, someone you're going to be very enthusiastic about. The Knight of Wands tells me that there is an energy here of you going on new adventures, following your passions, being independent, wild and free, following your visions, doing something really creative. A lot of you are accepting an invitation to do something really wild this year. Could be with friends, okay? But ultimately, I see a flirtation coming in. Okay, this person represents a flirtation for you, but also this person, because I feel there's two. This person indicates a loyal soulmate, okay? If you look up the meanings of the cards, Page of Wands can be someone who is very supportive, someone who's committed, who's faithful, someone who wants to really explore where things are going to go for the long term, someone who's ready. They may be a little bit younger than you. Don't let that put you off, but I definitely see here that you're going to be talking to someone new. Page energy indicates news, but the Knight of Wands is someone who's here today, gone tomorrow. And there's two people here, okay? So I feel there is a potential for flirtation coming in for you. This could be someone that you already know. but we'll tap into that with the Celtic cross. But the Knight of Wands is indicating that there's flirtation happening here. Someone who's very flamboyant, very humorous. This person very funny and charming, very attractive to flirt with, but not to be trusted, okay? So you will know, because you've been building healthier boundaries here, you will know which one to trust. You will just get a feeling about this person. So I'd say there's two people who are going to be very attracted to you. And I feel one of the people, there's just something about this card right now that I feel you got history, but we'll get into that in a moment. This is someone who, they're unreliable. Let's just put it as it is, okay? So if you know someone who's a little bit inconsistent, who comes in and out of your life, expect to hear from this person very soon. You may have even thought that you would have heard from this person by now, but you haven't. This person is going to surprise you, and they may even do it in and around Valentine's Day, okay? But and I feel like they do have feelings for you, but it's very physical. This person, they're avoiding their feelings. They've got emotions for you, but they're avoiding their feelings. And that Page of Wands represents someone new coming in, someone you've never met before, someone who is presenting themselves right from the very beginning as wanting to take the journey of life and love with you. Someone you're actually going to be very curious about, who has that chemistry, that spark, that je ne sais quoi that really captures your attention. So let's see what's going on there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? We've got the Six of Swords. You're moving so far from the past. And the Star, you've been healing from something that's been truly turbulent. Okay, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Scorpio, whatever it is, because of course we all go through different things. Some of you may have been grieving, some part of your life. It could be that you feel that you have got to a certain position in your life and you look back and you think it was easier to meet people when you were younger, or maybe you were a party person, and as you've matured you feel that it's harder to connect to that part of yourself, or perhaps there's no one about to party with, for example, or you're lamenting a part of yourself that you've tried to really reconnect with. For some of you, it could be that you were heartbroken. You went through a very turbulent experience with someone who had to win at all costs. They tried to wound you on purpose, or perhaps they betrayed you in some way, and you've been taking some time out in order to heal and rebuild. The Tower can also be a rebuild card, that you're stronger than ever before, and you're almost like promising yourself that you're never going to repeat a cycle. There's a Page of Pentacles. We got the Two of Wands here. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? You've walked away from something, that's for sure. Eight of Cups indicates you've been on a major journey of self-discovery. You've been letting go and seeking deeper meaning in every single area of your life. I feel like you're choosing a path that is right for you rather than one that has been expected of you. So even if family members have been asking you, oh, are you in a relationship just yet? Or have you met anyone? And you're like, no. If you've been fending off those questions, it's because you're being really authentic to yourself and doing what is right for you in this moment, and not bending to social pressure where people say you should be doing this by now, you should be doing that by now. You're like, look, this is my journey, back off. Concern yourself with your own journey, and you're doing you right now. We got the Devil card, okay? Near future energy. So this is someone who's intoxicated with you, but also presents a level of flirtation or physical attraction. I'm going to have to pull a card on it because it could literally mean that you're also attracting Capricorn at this time, but I will get into it in a moment. We've got the Seven of Wands. You're guarding yourself. We've got the Hangman energy that I mentioned earlier. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their singles love situation? Who are they meeting? Show them the new relationship that is yet to come. Can you show them the way? Ace of Swords. You're going to be talking to someone new, but also there's someone you have history with. So, interesting. I won't spend too much time on the person that you have history with, but they are showing up. So we will clarify it when we get there. Six of Swords. Okay, this is your starting position. As you can see, the ship represents, or the boat represents, the journey. And you can see this journey, it's grounded to a halt. It's literally come ashore. So you may have even brought that boat to the sand and just lodged it there and go, nope, not exploring any love options for a while. But the Six of Swords indicates that yes, you've been tested when it comes to love. You've been through a rite of passage. You've learned a lot about yourself, but you're moving on from those difficult experiences. I feel like you're being guided now to the person that you're meant to be with. Six of Swords indicates a level of almost like exile. So either you're trying to shut someone out, or you've been shutting love out in order to focus on your priorities, to really prioritize your family, your responsibilities, your career, your money, whatever it is. It could also be that you're just prioritizing your own time. You know, mental peace, protecting your inner world there. Six of Swords can also indicate recovery. So some of you may also have been going through an intense healing program or an intense healing period in your life. This doesn't have to be that you were hurt in the past by a past love relationship, for example. It could be that you were bullied when you were younger, or perhaps you had a traumatic experience when you were younger and you're trying to resolve that within yourself. For some of you, it could be that you've been under a lot of pressure recently and you've been at burnout, for example, and you've taken some time out because you're just exhausted across the board. For some of you, it could be that you've been unwell and you just thought, you know what, I'm just not even thinking about that right now. I'm just prioritizing my own needs and getting out of a situation that has been truly challenging. But Six of Swords means you're turning a corner. And also it means that now you face a wonderful blank canvas, the unknown. Okay, and that's an exciting time. Some of you may feel that you've been drifting or you've been feeling a little bit bereft when it comes to love, but actually this card indicates that there is movement and improvement, and that now, you know, you are surrendering to the unknown to bring you what you truly need, and you're in a transition period towards something greater. So I'm really excited about this card because I feel like you're so ready to fall in love, and maybe that's what that song's all about. I'm in the mood for love, so I feel you've been strict with yourself and prioritizing certain things for a while, but now I feel like you are a little bit more curious to see who or what is out there. And some of you may literally be traveling. There could be some sort of travel event or something that you're booking to go and view or see, maybe even with friends, for example. We got the Two of Wands there. It's in the past. Two of Wands could be that you're waiting for something before you can either explore your options, or, I mean, it could be that you're in training for something, or you're promising yourself to get to a certain position in life before you put yourself out there for love. It could be that you're like studying for something and you're like, I'm not going to look for love or get connected to anyone because I'm studying, or I'm focusing on my career, or I'm relocating, or whatever it is. It could be that you put love on hold on purpose to focus on something else. But love, you know what? It works on divine timing. We cannot run away from our fate. So with the star energy, even though it's in the resistance position, so you read both sides, I feel like you have been tested, and there has been a test of faith, almost to the point where it's like, I'm not hearing the song, but it's almost like the Cher song, Do You Believe in Life After Love? Okay, I want you to be clear. My guides are not giving me that song. That's something that's just coming to my mind right now about whether you can reinstate your faith in love after the experiences that you've been in. And some of you may have been single for a long time, or even forever, and you feel that you've been a little bit left out in the cold. But the star indicates you're aligning yourself with a wish. And in the meantime, you've been choosing healthier priorities. You've been, embracing growth. But also, I feel there is a brighter future for you to look forward to. The star energy indicates you're being seen. So I do get this energy of you stepping out of the shadows after a long period of being perhaps in hermit mode, or living life under the grid, or off the grid, or under the radar, or whatever it is. But I feel now is a time for you to be seen and connect to your passions. And something that you do that brings you joy will actually put you in a path to meet someone new. I'm actually getting a lot of competition energy as well for you. So it could be something that you're in training for, or something that requires you to make a bold move in your life that you're going to be very successful in doing. And it puts you in the path of this new person, because the outcome is the Ace of Swords. Fresh new start. Swords are all about communication, talking to someone new. The universe often comes in with the Ace of Swords. The hand of the universe says, here, this is a better potential for you when it comes to love. It's like a meeting of minds. It's like someone that you know is right for you and for your future. But on the earthly plane, we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, as you can see, that book is closed. So it can indicate that you've closed a chapter in your life, or, you feel that you've learned a lesson, that lesson has come to an end, and now you've just been in a period of learning more about yourself, but also you're kind of open to meeting someone new, or you're ready for a fresh new start, because literally this is an unopened book. So it could be that you are ready to start that new chapter. You're starting afresh there, but also pages bring news, and this is the earthly plane. So I feel some of you may have locked into some sort of course of study, or could be connected to a job for some of you, not all of you, but it could be connected to a job, or more than anything, I feel this is about you being practical and making an effort to put yourself in a position to do something that you want to be involved in. So it could be that you're paying for a course, or paying for a group study, or paying to do Pilates or yoga or something, and you find yourself in a group set, because that, hummingbird, that bird's energy, it indicates you find yourself in a group of people where you meet this person. And the Page of Pentacles can indicate that you pay for this event or this place. You offer up some money in order to invest in it. Ultimately, I feel like you have been investing in yourself right now, and my guides just said, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this card can also connect to someone who leaves the home space. So some of you could be relocating, but also this could indicate that a lot of you have been a bit of a homebody and got into a cycle of comfort, and you're breaking out. It's like getting out of the home space, doing more activities, for example. Don't shoot the messenger, that's just what I heard from my guides. So that can also represent that as well. Yeah, I do get an energy that a lot of you meet a person, or tend to meet people who are very interested in you and your body, okay? Someone who is really magnetically attracted to you for the physical, but you want someone who invests, who goes deeper, and that's who you're about to meet. You're not about on the surface relationships. You want to go deeper. You want to know that you are in a comfortable position to really open up, because you tend to keep a little part of yourself private that no one gets access to unless you meet a person that you truly, want to invest in a relationship for the long term with. And I feel like you're about to meet that person where suddenly you're telling them about you, secrets about yourself, and vice versa. This person, it's not that you have secrets. It's not that this new person has secrets either. It's like the private side of yourself suddenly comes flowing out because you feel comfortable enough. Both of you feel comfortable enough to reveal parts of yourselves to each other that remain locked off to other people. So that's something that's really refreshing coming from this new relationship. Pages are often new, okay? And again, we had that Page of Wands there that came out, which tells me that, there's a dynamic that's at play for you. Pages are new people coming on in. You've got that Page of Pentacles there. There was also the Knight of Wands there, okay? And we've got a Knight over here as well. So page and knight. This is not a gender-specific reading, but it tells me that you're going to have a choice. And one is someone you have history with. When you get a Knight of Swords, it tends to tell me that you're responding differently to a situation. So it can be that you're responding differently to someone that you've got history with as well. Two of Wands can indicate choices or options. Two of Wands actually means that, you waited for a person to step up and they didn't. So you've had to basically force them to step out. You may not have wanted to disconnect from somebody, but you had to in order to self-preserve yourself and your heart. The Two of Wands also indicates that your love life is at a bit of a restless pace where things are at like a stalemate, and you have an appetite for love returning, and you have to be a little bit more ambitious to get out there, or there is a project that you're connecting to, or an event that you're going to be connecting to that you're really excited about, but it isn't right now. It's something you're looking forward to, for example. This could be travel plans. For some of you, the world represents traveling or emigrating or moving somewhere. It doesn't have to be like overseas. It could be to a different neighborhood. Some of you are locked on to relocating, and there's something in your home space where you're getting organized and ready for a change. But ultimately, because that Eight of Cups indicates you're walking away from something, I feel more than anything, you're walking away from anything or anyone who wastes your time, who puts you on hold, doesn't make you a choice. I feel like you're erecting really healthier boundaries. You're respecting yourself in a different way. And 2025 is a new year and a new you. And I really feel with this Eight of Cups, you're in search of something different. You know, you're in search of the missing ingredient. And whoever walks away on that Eight of Cups, they kind of discover the Nine of Cups. You're moving forward, but you're leaving something behind. And you're someone who is not afraid to be alone. Okay, I mean, you want a companion, you want to be in a high-level commitment, but you're learning about loving your solitude, enjoying your quiet time, being very precise about the things that you do. And when you truly love yourself, remember the cup of love starts for the self first. When you fully love yourself and start to understand yourself a little bit more, that's when the universe starts to send the possibility of a soulmate, because you've created a healthy space for love to come on in. I mean, Eight of Cups can also indicate, you know, that you're on a journey and you may be overcoming a rejection, for example, but you're venturing forward into uncharted territory. You know, there's an energy of freedom here and restarting your search for love, as it were. I don't feel like when you meet this new person that you're searching for love. I feel when you meet this new person, you've gone out and done something that you've been curious about for some time. Something that is a little bit adventurous. You're being true to your life's desire. You're connected to your sense of purpose. You feel you must go to this. So if your heart is whispering to go to a certain event, whether it's a gallery or a location or an event, I feel you're being drawn. Your guides are whispering in your heart and your ear that you should go to this place, because this is where you're going to be aligned with the person that is new, that you're going to strike up a conversation with, okay? Now, of course, in the near future, 6 weeks, of course, this reading is for 6 weeks. We got the Devil card. Now, the Devil card is not an evil card, even though this card is pretty terrifying, I have to admit it. This card, it is about blockages, resistance. It can indicate that you're feeling a bit stuck in a situation. And it could be, as I said, that cycle repeat, that sense of comfort. But also it could be that, you know, it's taken a while because you've been just focusing on all your responsibilities. It may have felt that your libido has been on hold, or, you know, you've been trying to rewild yourself or reconnect to that passionate side of yourself, and something has clicked. Maybe last year you were kind of like on autopilot doing what you got to do. But I feel now you're in a bit more of a hot and heavy kind of energy. If we apply this to you, it's almost like you're reigniting your lust for life. But also this is flirtation. This is about that heady connection, addictive energy. So it could be that there is someone here that sometimes presents a temptation to you, someone you have not heard from in a while, reaching out, someone who may have walked away from you or ghosted you, for example. This person could be making their way back. So let me just pull a card. I mean, the Devil card can also indicate that you're purifying your energy. You're detoxifying. You're finally letting go of anything that is tempting or addictive. Or some of you may have dealt with people in the past who tried to make you jealous or obsessive about them, and you're looking at wanting a healthier relationship with the idea of love. You know, love has no need for obsession or jealousy. True love, you can be completely lost in each other, but it's not obsessive. It's not, judgmental. It's not jealous. You are secure knowing that your partner will be there for you all the time, and vice versa. But the Devil card, I mean, it could literally mean that you're meeting a Capricorn. So I just need to clarify this energy. The Devil, when my guides say the Devil twice, they say, I meant what I said. I said the Devil, so I mean the Devil. So we've got the King of Swords here. This could be someone you think about from time to time, someone you have history with. This is someone who is reaching out to talk, but they're somehow detached. There's something, not an aloofness about this person. There's something where this person, they just keep very detached from their emotions. They're avoidant. And they want to talk, whoever this person is. So this could be someone who perhaps gives you mixed signals or is a bit inconsistent. Someone who perhaps has been quite abrupt or kind of like caustic in the way that they've dealt with you verbally. King of Swords can also indicate that This person has been responsible for the reason that you kind of like took a step back from dating for a while. You know, whenever you get this card, it can indicate someone who's been a bit of a oppressive force, someone who's always dictated how things should be. Okay, so you could hear from someone like that. Okay, that's coming through there. But someone wants to talk. You're on someone's mind. This person is actually obsessed with you, but for the wrong reasons, as it were. It's like there's an ego attached to this person. They love being by your side. They love being seen with you. They love all the aspects of what you can offer the relationship. Physically very attracted to you. This person thinks all the time about the physical side of your connection, but emotionally they're unavailable, and they cannot offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. No matter how hard you try, sometimes we have to accept that we must walk away, not just to self-preserve, but also to acknowledge that we cannot change another person. They have to want to change for themselves. And if they cannot step up and are avoidant in their life, it normally means they're kind of like projecting how they feel about themselves, but they're avoiding or running away from an aspect of themselves. This would be in line, especially with that Knight of Wands that came out earlier, that would be in line with someone who is a runner, someone who basically is not in a position to offer anything more than a physical, lusty side of a connection, something that is not sustainable. So I do see that a lot of you may hear from a person who presents like that. They want to talk, and they may have tried to change their life around, but the Devil card is still coming up here. So it could indicate this person has addictions, or they want to talk about the reason why they exited your life. Maybe addictions, substances, or control issues to keep everything very sort of like rigid or reserved. This person, it's like they lost control when they were with you, and they love that side of themselves, but also they fear that side of themselves, so they put the brakes on because there's an energy of that coming through. But also I feel I have to reel it in and be connecting it to your energy as well. The Devil card can indicate that you are stuck in a cycle of responsibility, or because the King of Swords can indicate that, you know, you have a lot on your plate right now, you have a lot on your mind, and you need to clear space in order to move forward. So let's just go one more on that. Let's apply it to your situation, your energy in particular, because it can be that you're going to do more things that you are passionate about. Queen of Cups. So for a lot of you, this can represent that you really are deep down ready for love, and you want to fall in love, but maybe based on your previous experiences, there's a bit of fear there. You know, someone has not been careful with your heart, and you are lovable, and you have so much love to offer, so much love to give. And when you go into a relationship, you go hard. So I feel you're reconciling how anyone could have done something so negative to you in the past in terms of relationships, because some of you have been really through some stuff. The Whip and the Tower tells me you've been through some stuff. Okay, Six of Swords tells me you've gone through a turbulent time. You've been coming through something for a long time. The Star indicates that, you know, you've really been tested. You've been a little bit confused about love and almost felt that love has been cruel to you in some way or passed you by for some of you. But I feel like you are ready, and the person who's coming in, they're going to take care of that beautiful heart of yours, just like you're going to take care of theirs. And you must remember that you are lovable. And so I'm seeing this spiral staircase, okay? It's coming up in the water. Now, I did see this image before I started your reading, and I wasn't really sure if it's connected to your reading or not. I can't really influence the readings with the images. I have to make sure they pop up in the reading. The staircase could indicate that you're elevating, or there's an ascension here in terms of frequency. You're bringing in a higher love, for example. But also, I feel this could be relevant, that you'll see a staircase that is a spiral staircase, and it is like a milestone or a signpost to let you know that love is on its way. Okay, but this card says you're so ready to fall in love, but this could be fear or kind of like a little bit of anxiety. Some of you, it may be shyness as well. So I feel like you are facing fears. You know, you're driving fear out. You're the sort of person who looks at the light and the dark of life. You're not afraid to face your fears. You're not afraid to really look at things as they truly are and be super honest with yourself. King of Swords is someone who is critical, someone who is, really honest, takes accountability, responsibility for their life. So it can be that you got into an addictive pattern or an addictive cycle in your life. It doesn't have to be to do with substances. It could be a repetitive cycle that you find it really hard to break out of because you have so much on your plate right now. You may feel overcommitted in some areas of your life, but it's about creating space. And I feel like you're being stricter with yourself to honor your time more and be more sociable. That's what this strict energy is about. It's like coming out of the comfort zone this year, being strict with yourself to promise yourself you're going to do more things that bring you joy. You're going to go out there and, be more frivolous or more spontaneous, more wild and free. So I do feel there is this wild side of you resurfacing again because it's always been there. It just feels like you've been dormant. And now you're coming to the surface, almost like a volcano, all that passion, that hot molten lava, I feel this is your year to really sort of allow yourself to be wild and free and basically allow yourself to shine as well. And I feel like you're going to attract someone who is absolutely right for you and who you are right now. This is your advice to yourself in this moment. 7 of Wands, which means you're a little bit guarded. Look, the fence is up. But you can still see through the fence. So it can indicate that, you're still curious about what could be on the other side of the fence, but still you've got the fence up. So I feel some of you very guarded. I feel in this period of protecting yourself, I feel, you're building in self-confidence. And I also see that some of you may be rebuilding your life after a period of grief or sadness or disappointment, or even that your expectations in love have not been met. But the 7 of Wands indicates that you're at your peak. You're at your personal best right now. Not you in the past, not you in the future. Right now, you are at your personal best. And this indicates that you're persevering with love. You're not giving up on it. And actually, I feel like you're unstoppable, but you must engage in sustained effort. So I feel this is about you kind of like climbing that wall or finding the door to walk through and allow someone in. I mean, this card can tell me that you're actually under a lot of pressure right now in life in general, and you're trying to manage things in a different way. But also it can tell me there's competition, rivalry for your affection. But for some of you, you're actually entering into a competition or doing something in a competitive arena where you will be talking to someone new. So it could be that you're going to a local bar, for example, and they're doing a quiz and you take part in that, or not, but the events and the circumstances are that you're in a competitive environment or a competitive arena, and you may talk to someone there. It could also be that you're a creative and you enter into a competition and you can win awards and stuff like that, and you are in an arena where people come together or are vying for a prize, and there's the circumstances. Could also be that you're going to put yourself on a game show, or it could also be that you're competitive in your work environment. Wherever there's competition or some sort of, kind of competitive energy, I feel there is a lot of people taking stock of who you are and paying attention. You're turning heads is what I see. And this card, traditionally in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, 7 of Wands is about keeping people at arm's length, or keeping all those wands at arm's length. I'm loving that. Right at the bottom of the deck. I don't usually show that, but it's the Ace of Cups. So I feel love is on offer for you. There's Aces energy here. But in the 7 of Wands, the figure is guarding all these wands and making sure that they do not come near. But there's one wand that they let in. So it's about letting the right one in. Okay, as you can see, this figure very guarded. So this is a lot of attention right here, and all these wands are being kept at bay. But this little one, this one is having a little bit more access than everybody else. So I feel you are going to notice that people are paying you attention, but there's going to be that one person that you're going to be very curious about, okay? Now we do have the Hangman, so this indicates that there is a little bit of a wait, okay? I would say next 6 weeks. Because it's January 2025, I feel a lot of you are just focusing on your responsibilities, getting back into your groove when it comes to your projects, your responsibilities. So I would say there may be some movement in and around February-ish into, February end of February into March. You know, this means you're not waiting too long, but it can also indicate that, you know, it's an end of an old way of doing something. You need to release a restriction or something that has been holding you back. And for a lot of you, I feel more than anything, it's a repetitive cycle, the same way of doing something. So I feel you're sacrificing something, but also I feel there is a measure of a person from your past. You finally, like, letting them know with intention, I do not want you back in my life. That is the end. You're drawing like a complete line in the sand there with this person from your past, or even just with your past. I feel like you're just letting it go. But the Hangman, you know, this is relax. You're not in a rush. You're making sure that no one wastes your time, but you know that divine timing is at play, and that when the moment is right, the universe is going to put you in the position to meet the person. I mean, this card, it literally means things are suspended right now. Sometimes we're put on pause on purpose to know thyself. Also, this is new information. You know, it can be that some of you are in a period of reflection, thinking about booking a course of learning, or you're going to be in a position to have new information. It could literally mean that you're going on a trip away to a historical place where you're learning about the history of the environment, and you could meet someone on a tour, for example. So please take it as it resonates. But the Hangman, it's taking stock of things and recognizing the sacrifices you make in relationships and how you overgive in relationships. Sometimes, you know, it's about acknowledging that we give too much of ourselves, especially in the beginning of a relationship. It's about making sure that we balance things out. When we fall in love with a person, you know, there's that honeymoon period, and sometimes we look at that person like they are the best thing since sliced bread, and inadvertently we put them on a pedestal, which means we put ourselves below that person, and we don't realize that we're tipping the balance. When it comes to relationships, we tend to find ourselves doing more, finding more magical moments to surprise our partner with, thinking about that little thing that they like, and we step up, we step up, we step up, and they look at it and go, I love all this attention, it's great. The wrong person will step down, they'll start to accept and expect, but the right person will match your energy. So it's about tempering the energy, the give and take of it, okay? Now, we do have the Hope and a Fear. Of course, we have the Knight of Swords, which is all about talking to someone new. It's about changing something about your approach when it comes to love, not rushing into things, for example. I feel like you're choosing healthier options, but also it's in a hope and a fear position. In the resistance position, because you have to read both sides when it's in this position, this can indicate someone that you used to talk to, you know, they're deliberately moving into your life or trying to gain access to your life because they can feel you slipping away. They can feel that you're moving on. Your first card here is the Six of Swords. You're moving on from something. Eight of Cups, you're walking away from something. So a lot of you who are connecting to this reading, it's like you're moving away from something or someone, and that past is trying to go, don't you dare go anywhere. You're mine, or you must stay where you're at. And I feel like you are finally breaking free from something, and you're not looking back. A lot of your energy is turning your back to something. And the Knight of Swords can also indicate that you're actually moving out of your usual parameters, okay? And what I mean by that is if you tend to go to the same coffee store, same restaurant, same community hall, same whatever, I feel this year you want to do new things. You want to come out of your comfort zone. Try a coffee store across town or in a different street or avenue than you're used to. Go to a different community place. Try new things. I feel like you're shaking things up a little bit. I mean, that Hangman can be that you're turning your life upside down to get new perspectives. So with this card, it means that you're like having a positive outcome. You're making some swift changes for yourself, but you're broadening your horizons. You are looking for the alternative right now. And I feel this card, it can indicate that your goal is to kind of talk to someone new or meet someone who has a same sort of mindset as you. I also feel like you're confronting. I mean, normally, if you had the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot Knight of Swords in this position, you'd see that the Knight of Swords was conquering the Devil card. So it would be like you're conquering a fear for some of you. And I feel more than anything, you're not just conquering it, you're turning your back on it. It no longer has an effect on you. But I feel this card, The hope is to be talking to someone new. The hope is also to be meeting someone who basically wants the same things in life that you do when it comes to a relationship. The fear is actually investing in someone who, leads you down the garden path. It goes nowhere. Someone who's dishonest. This is a card of honesty, of being forthright and saying, this is my journey. This is my truth. And whether you judge me or not, this is my truth and I shall display it. Someone who is transparent, someone who you don't have to question. So I feel that's the sort of person you want in your life. And of course, the fear is to meet someone who has secrets, who basically is not comfortable with a part of themselves, who hides part of themselves, or is not open with who they are. Someone who is avoidant or in denial or fears being emotionally available or speaking their truth. So I feel right now, the person you're about to meet is very honest. There is a new start coming for you, but I feel you're also adjusting the way that you approach love because you've learnt. And the outcome is the Ace of Swords, which means new start. It actually means a transformative experience. This is normally the universe with the hand and the sword saying, hey, this is a new person. This is a person who is meant for you. This is a conversation that will start a relationship and be the start of everything. Ace of Swords, when you apply it to love, it means that you're going to be communicating with a person who is refreshingly honest. Someone who basically, it's like immediately you know. Swords are about the mind. It is to know. So you know that you are going to take the journey of life and love with this new person who comes in as soon as you meet them. But will you meet this person in the next 6 weeks? I would say there's a wait. We got the Two of Wands that says there's a wait. We've got the Hangman, which says there's a wait. And I feel like there's something here that you are breaking free from, but also perhaps someone that you are like laying the ghosts of the past to bed with first, and then you're breaking free. Fresh new start. That's what this indicates. Now, for some of you, when I did your yearly reading, I feel almost like your year is starting in February. Even though January is already in full play, it almost feels like something about your year is really starting to pick up pace in February for you. Okay, so I feel there is an energy of you going to something or being invited to something or doing something, investing, paying for something that you go to and you meet someone. But I feel entering into a romantic connection will be a little bit later. So it may be just on the cusp as you come out of February or February into March time for you. That's something that's coming through there. So I'm just going to pull some final cards before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide Ace of Cups? There you go. There was a reason why I had to show you the bottom of that deck and I never normally do that. If you know my readings, you'll know I rarely show the bottom of a deck. Okay, but something drew me to it. I just felt it and I said it's connected to that Ace of Swords, a fresh new start. Love is coming on in. And it is a new start across the board. Sorry about that, my beautiful Scorpio. The camera completely stopped. I just checked to see if it was a battery issue, but there's no problem with the battery, completely charged there. And the red button on the record just stopped, so I just thought I'd go and check it. And of course, it stopped recording. But maybe it's implying that, stop the clock there because you found love. Maybe that's it symbolically. But as I was saying before, I rudely got cut off by the camera stopping. I was saying this is literally your high-level commitment. This is you meeting the person that you're meant to be with. It is a fresh new start, and of course, it is a love like no other. It is a transformative love. I feel it's not going to be a whirlwind of a connection. I feel it's grounded. I feel it is a really romantic, passionate connection that you're going to see a lot of coincidences and synchronicities in. So, for example, double numbers, synchronistic numbers, names, you and this new person may even find you have a lot in common. Maybe even a person that it feels not in terms of like your personal circumstances or your inner circle. It could be people outside of that, acquaintances that you met along the way. You may find that you actually know someone in common, and this will be something that you will discuss later on. But as you can see with the two aces there, there's a reason why I was drawn to that card, and it was to highlight that new love is coming on in. It's divinely guided. The universe is putting you in a position to meet this new person. Now, I'm just going to get some final cards for you just to clarify anything that perhaps you need to focus on, or any lessons that you've been learning, or any more indications there. We've got differences, of course, so it can indicate that, you know, you're moving on from somebody. I mean, look at the indication here. It really feels like you're letting someone go. The spark perhaps has fizzled out on a previous connection. Both of you are wanting different things, or, you know, it's about accepting that some things, you know, they're meant to sort of fizzle out and you're meant to kind of leave them behind. You've got the memories, but that helps you build, you know, higher boundaries. It indicates that you are acknowledging what you want in a relationship, and certainly what you do not want in a relationship based on your previous experiences. And, you know, it's about looking back, but not with rose-tinted glasses. So when someone from your past comes in, promising you the world, but perhaps delivering the same as what you had before, it could indicate that you remember why you walked away from this person in the first place. And we have that spark, which means you and someone new, there is chemistry, there is an ignition. I feel it could be as soon as you meet this person, you know. Maybe that's why the two aces happened, and then of course the camera stopped, because it's like everything stops. Maybe even time stops. It stands still when you meet this person, because it's like, now you've met the one when you meet this new person. So I would say, you know, there is two connections. This is, you know, even a different deck is highlighting that someone that you used to be connected to, you just don't feel the same way about that person anymore. And you're clearing space there for someone new to come on in. And I feel there is an ignition point where you and this person, you know, there is a vision where you both can see that you're going to be with each other in your future. You can see that it is the start of something, and I feel this is more than just a physical attraction. That's what's coming out there as well, okay? Oh, my guide said, don't forget, it's number 12. So the hangman energy, number 12 on this card, can indicate that, you know, you've waited a long time, but you're going to be so glad that you waited, because the right ingredients of a relationship are available to you. And, you know, the best things come to those who wait, I guess. I know it's such a cliche, but I feel like you've waited a long time, and this is your person, this new person who's coming in there. So let me just get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, so we have treasure chest, of course. So this is about being a little bit more open, recognizing that you are a gift, but also this can indicate that you're about to meet a person who will treasure who you are and what you have to offer in love and life and in a relationship. I also feel that you're meeting a gem of a person, shall we say. And let me see, there's something, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. They're showing me, and by they, I mean my guides, I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading, as I mentioned before. They're showing me like a pocket watch. Very ornate pocket watch. You know, one of those ones that you just press it down and then it flips open. You can see the dial of a clock there. Obviously a little bit like this, but it's more ornate than that. So either this new person, you know, it can indicate that they have a pocket watch, perhaps. That's very old school. Or perhaps, I mean, it could be literally stop the clock that you've met this person, or time stops. Just be a little bit mindful of keeping your eyes out for a pocket watch, okay? That's coming out there as well. Now we've also got the Tree of Life. So this is connected to the Hangman, new knowledge. So if you're putting yourself on a course of learning, for example, I definitely see that it'll be a great place for you to meet a person. But I feel this new person who's coming in, they will join your family lineage, your family tree, if you want to settle down and get married, of course. But also this can mean that you're branching out. You're doing things that are different this year, and you're feeling stable, and you're looking to plant roots. And I really feel that you'll find a healthy relationship in this new person where you feel comfortable enough to grow with this person. And this relationship, it is for keeps. And of course we got the star, which indicates, you know, your healing, but also a wish is being delivered. You're aligning yourself with something that you wish for. You're also allowing yourself to be seen. And this new person, they will try to, get to know you in a deeper way in order to understand you, or be open to allow the relationship to flourish in a very healthy way. This star indicates that there's a renewal of faith in love, but also that there is a brighter future to look forward to when it comes to a high-level commitment. So, yeah, I'm pretty positive here for you that your final cards are both aces. It indicates that the trajectory that you've taken, the path, may have been a challenging one, but it will lead you to love, and the love that you truly deserve and desire. You're not settling for second best. So I definitely see that there for you as well. Now, I hope something resonates in that reading for you all, my beautiful Scorpio, and I do apologize for the interference there with the camera going off, but also I would like to let you know that I'm running a competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me. And if you'd like to be in with the chance to win that, all you have to do is visualize the world, the earth, the globe in a golden healing light, because I really feel we're going to need it for this year. And please, if you could, that's all I ask of you, just to take that moment to really visualize that, because collectively we can change vibrations and try to make the world a better place, as well as actions, but of course thoughts become things. So if you could see that vision, and then in the comments box below, put a heart and a world emoji. And if you don't have access to emojis, then just write heart world, and I will enter you into the competition, and I will choose that winner. Well, my guides will choose it and actually give me the name, and then I will contact that winner in February. Please, it has to be a subscriber. Even if you put user 1234, it has to be a subscriber. Otherwise, I cannot connect to offer you the personal reading. That's just the way that my YouTube platform works. Okay, so I'm not trying to get more subscribers. Of course, there's like over 700,000 subscribers out there, and I'm so grateful for that. But in order to be very precise and type in your name to connect to you, then it has to be a subscriber. Otherwise, for some reason, other names just don't come up. So that'll be a little bit frustrating to try and find someone on there. But I will announce the winner in February in a video, so perhaps you can connect there too, of course, if you don't really want to subscribe. And I just will hope for the best that I can connect you there as well. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. Thank you very much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.